Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's StepsBasic, and welcome to the shadows that run alongside our car. This is another visual novel style game, and so I'm kind of interested to see what it's like. The description of it is: two strangers sit side by side as night falls over. The car speeds down the open highway. Without a soul around them, everything seems to slip away. On a journey to no one knows where, all they have is the world and time, and that time is dwindling fast. The shadows are chasing. Oh, that's a good way to put it. Anyway, so let's get in here and see what this is like. Visual novel, again, I want to see what it's like. Whose eyes will you see the road through? Click one. Well, I got to be the driver. I'm very narcissistic like that, so I'm going to be doing it here. Gun it! I put the pedal to the floor. The wheels screech as we pull out into the lane. The car swerves, but it doesn't really matter. There's no one else out here as far as the eye can see. The abandoned station shrinks behind us until it is gone. And then it's just us and the long road. We did that one, the long road ahead. It's like we're doing it again. Oh, God. Lots of dots. More dots. The world outside the window passes by us in abstract, like the whole world's given up on having any meaning. We drive in silence. After a while, I hear the faint buzzing of the power window being rolled down. You sure that's a good idea? It's not like zombies are just going to hurl themselves at a moving car. I mean, zombies tend to do stuff like that. Fair enough. Well, that was a thrilling conversation. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your name anyway? Right. We never did introduce ourselves. It's Shelby. I like that name. That is a good name. I know somebody. Well, I don't know anybody named Shelby, but I know of somebody named Shelby. Shelby. Well, nice to officially meet you then, Shelby. My name's Dustin. Interesting name. Okay. Da-da-da. Ah. The car shudders briefly as we rumble over a series of potholes, but then the road smooths again. The humming of the engine reminds me of a storm brewing far off on the horizon. Beyond these occasional noises, we sit in silence. So what were you doing before everything happened? Well, that's the first time she's actually started a conversation. Guess I'm not so intimidating after all. Although the voice, it is a little bit gruff, a little bit rough, you never really know. What was I doing? God, what was I? A whole lot of nothing. I bet that sounds super impressive, huh? Just a scruffy drifter. Not so sure she wants to hear that. I can either dodge the question or bend the truth. Let's bend the truth. I was moving. Cross country. Well, that's not entirely wrong. Then everything went south. Well, were you headed south? Because that could have been why. That's a stupid joke. What about you? This ride is yours, right? Well, yeah. Well, it's really my dad's car. Or was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. Guess he didn't, Sorry. Never mind. It's okay. The booze would have killed him eventually anyway. Yeah, booze has a tendency to do that. It's, bad for you. Oh, sun setting. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Surprisingly not much noise at the end of the world. I know, right? For the peace, but not the monsters. I would love for the end of the world. Do you think there's any radio stations left? I'd be pretty shocked if so. Reckon it couldn't hurt to look, though. She's fiddling with a dial. Pretty sure we're not going to find anything. Static comes in and out in waves. Every so often, distortion gives the illusion of actual sound, but it goes right back to nothingness. Just then, though. Hang on a sec. Go back. Think I actually heard something. The noise phases in and out, and then something comes into auditory focus. Is that mariachi? They're enjoying it. I can't contain myself. Sound is unmistakable. Horns blare joyously over the static and the sick fanfare, while the man's voice wails soulfully over it. I'm laughing so hard I nearly pissed myself. Shelby's nearly there too. That was not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out here running this? Of all the music that would be left. Man, I like mariachi. It's been so long since I got to listen to it really well. I sink back into the driver's seat, letting my mind drift to the music. The dissonance is almost comforting. As the fractured chords wash over me, I try to pretend that I'm lounging in a truck bed somewhere. Out in the sun, mid-afternoon, shirt damp and dirty from a hard day's work. For a moment, I almost believe it. The music falls short for a few seconds before starting up again. Wait, isn't this the same song again? It's probably on an endless loop because why wouldn't it be? Sure seems that way. Guess it's just ghosts on the waves after all. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. I imagine not. It'd be kind of funny to see a zombie DJ. Nice by zombie. You like it? What do you think a zombie even listen to? Is death metal too obvious of an answer? I don't think they'd like death metal. They'd probably like something a little more classical. Rob Zombie, or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I like baby metal, kinda. I don't know. I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. Probably. Especially if they get a meal. You know, I always wondered this, but what are they grateful for, exactly? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. Ain't so bad right now, anyway. Well, except for that. I shake my hand at the radio controls. So what are you into, anyway? Music-wise, I really like Alanis Morissette. Top 40 hits, that sort of thing. Is Alanis Morissette top 40 hits these days? I haven't heard much from her in forever. I do like Alanis Morissette, though. Good music. You? And don't tell me it's baby metal. Will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be in the Stones or Marley or something like that, but... Well, you'll probably actually judge me more for this. Try me. ABBA. Good taste, dude. Good taste. I have like such a wide eclectic taste in music that you can't really just nail me down. I can tell you who my favorite band is, and it's the Eagles, because I simply have not heard anything from them I didn't like. So. Just as I thought, she starts laughing at my expense. It's a nice sound, though. Not going to be poetic and say that it sounds like music or anything like that. Still, it's good to hear. Told you. No, it's fine. Their music's catchy. I think that's kind of how it's designed. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. Your parents? Sheesh. How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. How old do you think I am? I'm pretty sure there is no right answer to that question. Except for that one. I'm 22. Poop. God, that's so young. She's practically a kid. What was I doing when I was 22? Still wasting my life, I reckon. Wonder if she's even been to school. That young and the whole darn world crashing around her. Try not to make a face, but I can see my knuckles are going white as my fingers grip harder into the wheel. Music kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff. You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. I reach down and turn the volume knob to the sharp left, and the radio blissfully goes silent. Farewell, whaling man. Now it's just us again. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? It's getting dark, huh? Sunsets are the sun sets so late in the summer. That's a hard thing for me to say as a stutterer. Huh. Sore topic, huh? Guess you didn't want to talk about it. Can't say I blame her. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the street lights and all. It's like the sky is just saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. Kinda fitting for the end of the world. So you never really told me what it is you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be a job or anything, but, well, what do you like to do? Or what did you before everything? Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work. God, I know that feeling. That's like the massive rut. Golly, it sucked. Have a lunch break, back to work, get off work, eat dinner, watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. Yeah, for me it was get up before the sun even knows what's going on, shower, drive to work, sit for muster, go through all the rigmarole of the day, finally get out, go home, shower again, crash for a nap, wake up, spend time with the family. Oh, but dang, that rut, man, it gets to be a bit dragging. Then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. That was about it. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. Was tough. Probably tougher now. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your darn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? Yeah. But I guess that doesn't matter either way. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. Suppose you'd call me a bit of a nomad. Well, that sure is lofty. Sounds really cliche. Not really. It sort of suits you. Or what, this guy looks like a drifter because he got bedraggled hair and a little goatee going on? That's quick judgment there, lady. Shouldn't make judgments like that. Da-da-da. Tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. Just been getting by. You can't find something to do. You sort of lose yourself. Gets to a pretty dark place. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? Wishes never do come true the way you expect them to, huh? It's the monkey's paw for you. You make a wish and all of a sudden everyone's bald. Yeah, monkey's paw. He called it. He said the thing I just said. Monkey's paw. Ah! If you haven't read The Monkey's Paw, I recommend it. Great story. I don't think she knows I've noticed, but she's pressing in her gut a lot. Oh no. Wonder if she's alright. Since I first ran into her, she's been in a rough way, and I'm not sure it's gotten much better. Probably should have looked for some more bags of that ginger stuff. Still feeling nauseous? Oh yeah, it's gotten a little bit better, but I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. What about her hand, though? Can we ask about her hand? I want to ask about that, too. You know how it is. I do, but... She's bit. We're gonna die. Christ, I'm really not equipped for this. I know first aid. I can stitch up a cut, but gastric distress is beyond me. You think we should stop and rest? Nah. Like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Right, the fuel. If everything wasn't so weird these days anyway, I'd call it suspicious that there was Only a single tank's worth left. Not much we can do about that, though. Onward it is, then. Oh, it's gotten really dark now. Oh, no. Do you ever wonder, like, why us? How did we make it this far? That's called survivor's guilt. And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? Huh, I didn't used to. Honestly, I try so hard. Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stop to wonder what my own life was worth, it's a dangerous train of thought, I tell you what. I'll tell you that. We're here. That's what matters. Despite it all, we're here and we're safe. There you go, buddy. That's the truth right there. You know, you start to think about all the things like, am I worth it? Do I deserve to be alive? And that just starts to, you know, after you've seen a good deal of death and destruction in your life, you start to think, maybe I didn't deserve it. Why am I alive and the others aren't? It just leads you to a very dark place. And then, whew, let's just say that's not a healthy place to be. The how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. Am I? I mean, that we're all really facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple of months I just kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then... Listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want to, but your old man, what happened? My dad? So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did. He was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in our nearby liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. Just so happened that a part of town was infested. Took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. It's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. In the end, I won't be doing much better. Great. Now I feel like I want to puke. Hey, please don't say things like that, Shelby. One of us has to keep this up. Rest hand on hers. I slide my right hand off the wheel. Pat, 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 pat. Her hand is resting on her leg near the center of the console, so I reach over. Thought she might pull away, but she doesn't. Her shoulders fall, and I think I hear her sigh. Wow. Skin feels really cold. Is that normal? Maybe because the window's open. Maybe it's because she's sick. Really wish I knew a bit more medical stuff right now. Actually, if she had a fever, shouldn't she be hotter? A chill like that can't be normal. It's not even that cold in here. But we're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. It'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. Pah, that's pretty cheesy, isn't it? Anyway, sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him, I bet it must be hard losing someone that close to you. Yeah, I guess. It all happened so fast, I'm still trying to come to terms with it. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. That's the truth, too. Everybody deals with grief and loss in their own way, so it's like trying to think that you're doing it wrong is well, I mean, that's wrong. I think self-destructive might be a good signifier that you're doing it wrong, but I mean, for the most part, even a little bit of that can be justified in the grieving process. I wouldn't say do it, of course, but definitely feels like sometimes it's justified. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. I wonder if there's anyone else still out there. I wonder if they're stuck out there like this. Wonder if we'll ever know. We won't. because she gonna turn into a zombie and she gonna bite my brains. If the car's clock is set right, it's near 1 in the morning now. The road is as dead as it ever was, but somehow feels even emptier. More sinister. Like all the shadows behind us teaming up in a hungry mass, just waiting to swallow us whole. My eyes are getting heavier. Can't stop now, though. Still got so much farther to go. Even if we... Hey, Dustin. There's something I need to tell you. She puts her hand to her stomach again. Latent instinct tells me not to take my eyes off the road, but I do anyway. I look at her. She looks really bad. Worse than I've seen yet. A couple of times she opens and shuts her mouth. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? I should have said something before. I wanted to, but I was scared. I'm still scared. Dang it. God dang it, I should have known it. I've heard so much unreliable stuff about the symptoms, but I guess they weren't so full of stuff after all. Hey, stop. It's okay. But just keep calm, alright? We don't even really know how all this works, so maybe there's a way. Does it hurt? Not as much as I expected it to. I mostly just feel cold. And hungry. Not even sure if that has anything to do with being bitten. If it wasn't for this, I might think I just imagined it. I wish I was dreaming right now. I wish this wasn't reality. Fart it all. Thought I was keeping it together. Don't do this to me, kid. I swallow, but it doesn't make my throat any less dry. The corners of my eyes are burning. Careful there. Remember that thing about wishes. Monkey's paw, right? That's right. I guess sitting in a car beats having customers or my manager yell at me. My ear itches. Silver lining. Retail. Almost as bad as zombies. She telling straight up facts, yo. Worse, probably. Yeah, because, at least zombies just attack you physically. Customers, man, get yourself a good ripe old Karen, man. You gotta be emotionally bad. God, that sucks. I try, but I can't muster up the will to laugh. Anyway, you should sleep if you want to. We'll probably be on this road a while. I'm sorry, it's late. I'm not yawning because the story's boring or anything. I'm yawning because it's late. It's like 11:30 for me, and I go to bed at 12, so. Yeah, you're right. Will you wake me up if anything happens? Of course. Hey, gotta be somewhere better down the road, right? Better than back there, at any rate. Yeah, maybe there'll even be a station that plays both Alanis and ABBA. If there is or ever was a station like that out there, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, there is. I've heard them both on the same station before. Now, if they played only Alanis and only ABBA, well, only the two, that'd be a little different. Hey, heck, I'd love to shake the hand of whoever was running it. This life's too short to not just do whatever the heck you want. But I guess it ain't the time to be waxing on that. I don't know how much longer this tank's gonna get us. Well, ain't much else to do now but go until we can't anymore. The road is long and our course is true. Nowhere to run but forward. And then we both died, and it was wonderful. Oh my God, that was fun. That was interesting. Now, see, the thing I wanted to do with why I've been thinking about, these visual novels lately is I feel like I like the whole premise behind, sharing a story with people. And it kind of makes me feel like I'm, sitting down with some people and just spinning a yarn. And I love doing that. Don't get me wrong. I still have issues with the whole not making a game sort of deal. But good stories are good stories, no matter what the medium. And this one was sweet. Short and sweet. A little bit, of both sides of the story and everything. Now, of course, I can play through her side, but I'll save that for y'all to do. That was the guy's side, and her side is on the other side, so might be interesting to find out. But anyway, apart from all that, that's it for me for today. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this episode of The Shadows That Run Alongside Our Car. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go poke that like button for me. If you'd like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and of course, as always, you are more than welcome to leave a comment down in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. When I can, if I can, all that jazz, and tune in next time for another story at another time, and until then, good night.